Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, we're in the studio. We are live, so get involved in the chat and the comments. Going to be talking about all the latest Manchester United news. There's a lot of talk about what is happening with the midfield, what is happening with Kobbie Mainoo, what is happening with the incomings. Are we going to do any moves in January? Could it be a loan move in January and then a permanent move for someone else in the summer? We're going to be getting into all that. Also going to be talking about an interview with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that's gone out, and we're going to talk about a couple of other bits and pieces as well. So make sure you are hitting that like button. Good to see some of the usual suspects in there. Notches here, Akash K, Brian Casey, BMW Racing 1974, Tyler Ward, Mick Hullahan, Jonesy 4, Gary's in there as well. Let's start off then with this Kobbie Mainoo, Conor Gallagher sort of story that's doing the rounds. It's here, I saw this in the Express, I think it was yesterday evening. Or yesterday afternoon. It says about Man United line up Kobbie Mainoo replacement after after transfer agreement appeal. So Manchester United are set to make a fresh loan offer in January, which could open the door for Kobbie Mainoo to leave Old Trafford. So I think the sort of, as you can see there, the story here is that United are looking at Conor Gallagher in January. Now I had this on Monday. I think this was being reported on Monday that United were looking at Conor Gallagher. We've had it over the last few weeks as well. There does seem to be a little bit of something in this. I'm not sort of hanging my hat on a story in the Express, but when you look at the fact that the Conor Gallagher to Manchester United in January stories aren't going away, it does make you wonder if there is something there. Now, I said it on Monday. I'm not that keen, I'll be honest with you. If he arrives at Manchester United, I will get behind him. I always do get behind players when they arrive at the club. But if you're asking me right now, do I think Conor Gallagher is what we need in January? No, I don't. I think he's an okay player. I think he's decent. I think he was all right at Chelsea. I've not seen a load of him at Atletico, but he's doing quite well there. I don't know. I just don't know whether that is a bit of a... I don't even know if it's a sideways move. Maybe it's me being sort of prejudiced, for want of a better word, against him because of what happened with England. If you remember England at the Euros, Trent Alexander-Arnold started alongside Declan Rice, who started in a deeper role. Didn't really work. Then they brought in Conor Gallagher. That didn't work. Then they brought in Kobbie Mainoo, and he smashed it. So maybe I'm looking at that and going, well, why would we get rid of Kobbie Mainoo and bring in Conor Gallagher when I think Kobbie Mainoo is a better player? The question is he the right type of player? One thing that Conor Gallagher has is he's full of beans and he's got legs. Something that Kobbie Mainoo is sometimes questioned about. Has he got the legs to work in a two-man midfield? But I don't know. Would Conor Gallagher be the answer to our problems in that? Would that work? If you lost Casemiro and you put Conor Gallagher in alongside Bruno, is that the midfield that you need? I don't think it is. Let me know what you think. Get involved in the chat and the comments, because listen, if you've been watching more of Atletico than I have, and it's not difficult to do that, if you've watched any of Atletico, you've probably seen more than I have, you might have a different opinion. You might have a different opinion from what you saw of him at Chelsea. You might just have a different opinion on it, full stop, or you might agree. Let me know what you think about this idea of letting Kobbie Mainoo go and then bringing in Conor Gallagher. So it'd be Mainoo going to Napoli, Conor Gallagher in on a loan. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't think it makes much sense to me. It says here, a successful swoop for the former Chelsea midfielder would probably see Mainoo slip even further down the hierarchy. We know all that. United prevented Mainoo from departing on loan during the closing days of the summer transfer window. Paul Gill in the chat as well. Brian Casey says, can he play left wing back? Mick Holland says, Gallagher, don't know. Adam Kenny says, Gallagher is like McTominay, but better on the ball and not quite as physical. Paul Gill says, like the video, people. Great shout. Akash K says, Jay, I prefer Yao Gomez over that scrub Gallagher. Debbie Hines says, no to Gallagher. T Mills says, morning, Jay. Do you think we need a defender in January? I don't think we're that bad defensively in terms of options, because if you look at it, especially at the centre-back department, we've got quite a lot, haven't we? We've got... Martinez should be back. You've got Aidan Heaven. You've got Matthijs de Ligt. You've got Harry Maguire. You've got Luke Shaw. You've got Lenny Yoro. I think is it Lenny Yoro's birthday today as well. Happy birthday to Lenny Yoro. Absolutely smashing it. How old is he today? Do we know?
20,
well, we should know. Well, let me have it. Sorry, I just thought you might have it to hand. Let's have a look. How old is he? He's 20 years old today. Just like me. Yeah, so... I mean, he's got a bright future. I mean, he's 20 years old. He's already smashed it. So, yeah, we've got options at centre-back. And I think we've got a lot of good options. There's no fillers there, is there? You know, we'd have a couple of injuries and Victor Lindelof would be brought back in and you'd be like, oh, is he up to scratch? I don't feel like, if Aiden Evans starts for Manchester United, I'm not worried. If Lenny Euro starts, I'm obviously not worried. I'm not worried if Luke Shaw or Martinez comes back or De Ligt or Harry Maguire starts. It does feel like you've got a load of defenders there who are arguably first-team players. You could say Heaven's more one for the future, but he can still do a job now. So I think we're quite strong there. Wing-backs, maybe there's a conversation there. You've got Dorgu, you've got Dullo, you've got Ahmad. You're going to lose Ahmad to the AFCON. So is that an area where you might look at it and go, because we have mixed it up a little bit there, haven't you? You've had Dullo playing on the left-hand side, been mixed results there. Ahmad obviously has played further up the pitch as well at times. So maybe a wing-back, but the problem is, who do you bring in January? Who's out there? Let me know, by the way, if you've got some suggestions. I know Harry Hamas is doing very well at Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think you're going to bring him back. I might be wrong. I think that's a season-long loan. So, yeah, I think a wing-back would be a decent shout. I just don't know who that's going to be, if I'm being honest. Maybe it's something we can look at further down the line. Let's talk about, is it Angelo? Is it Angelo? Angelo. Oh, no, it's not Angelo. Do you know what it is? It's not Stiller, is it? Is it Steeler? I knew there was a pronunciation thing there where it's not as obvious as it's written. So Angelo Stiller is being linked with Manchester United again. Now this is in Stretty News, but this I think comes from Ben Jacobs, who's been on the channel. He's works for Talk Sport. He did something for them about Stiller coming in. I think if you scroll up, it says it here. Angelo Stiller is said to rank highly on Manchester United's midfield shortlist, with both Christopher Vavell and Jason Wilcox deemed admirers of the player. The former played an integral part in Benjamin Sesko coming, and it looks like they keep going. So let's a little bit more on Stiller there. What's it say here? Speaking to Angelina Kelly as well, who's our mate. So it looks like there we go. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, forgive me. The 24-year-old labelled a no-nonsense number 6 has been on United's radar for a few months, but particularly since they failed to sanction a midfielder's arrival in the summer. Sky Sports previously claimed Steeler would be very open to a move away from Stuttgart at the end of the season, with the German outfit currently valuing him in the region of 44 million. This would make him a considerably cheaper option than some of the other names that have been linked with, such as Baleba, Elliot Anderson, both of whom are valued above 100 million. So it feels like, if this was all to pan out, Steeler would come at the end of the season in the summer. Conor Gallagher would come in January. Kobbie Mainoo potentially go out in January on loan, and then hopefully come back in the summer. So you'd have Mainoo come back, Steeler come in, Conor Gallagher go back to Atletico. Doubtful, innit? But we'll see. That could happen. I'm not sure it will. Glenn F is in the chat. He says, I think Mainoo is the perfect choice for when Casemiro comes off. He can put his foot on the ball and control the tempo of the game and see it out. Thank you, Glenn. I agree with that. 56 months as a member of the Academy as well. Thank you for your support as always, my bro. Merchandise. See? Wearing some merch. Got a nice little green and gold white sweatshirt here. We do have a vast selection of merchandise. Christmas isn't that far away. You might want to buy someone a nice Crimbo present. So, if you do, check out our merch. I'll put a little link in the chat. Go on then. We'll see who can do it first. Who can do it quickest? Producer Ben says he's going to do it. He's beat me. But there you go. He's beat me to the pin in it as well. He's beat me. It's 2-0 to Ben there. He wins. And your prize is you don't get sacked. Well done. Yeah, we've got merch there. Let's talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What's going on here? So, this is from Sportskeeda. So this is talking about Ollie when he spoke about Scott McTominay when he was on the Stick to Football podcast. He said Scott McTominay is a player who would have survived in the current squad. In the squad under Sir Alex Ferguson. And then he also name-checked Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes. I mean, Ollie obviously was a big fan of those. He brought in both those players and they both did very well for him. And I think things could have been a little bit different if Harry Maguire hadn't got injured ahead of that Villarreal game in the Europa League. But it's all ifs and buts and maybes, isn't it? Let's talk about goalkeeper Radek Vitek. He's doing bits out on loan at Bristol City. He's giving an interview speaking about his future. There was a bit of a clamour for United from United fans, like to get him back somehow because he's been doing well. It says it there. Enjoyed a hugely beneficial loan spell so far at Bristol City, a move that came around because City's previous number one, Max O'Leary, suffered an ankle injury at the end of last season, which forced the club to move for a short-term replacement. Vitek was brought in on a season-long loan, but surpassed any expectations from when he first arrived, and he's now keeping O'Leary out of the team. I mean, he's doing really well. Were we going to cut short his loan spell? Was that even an option? I don't think so. Now that Senna Lomans has come in, I don't see Vitek getting in the team anytime soon, but one for the future. Could be an option. Who knows? Maybe Senna Lomans and Radek Vitek are the two goalkeepers you have, moving forward over the next few years. We'll have to wait and see. Stephanie Griffiths is here. Good morning, Jay and Paddock Legends. Brian Casey says, need a decent backup for Lomans. Good point. I agree. Brian Day is not that guy, is he? And Onana, his career at Manchester United is done. Let's be honest, it's over. Let's talk about Karim Adeyemi. So Manchester United, I swoop 4 super fast Borussia Dortmund star after relationship breakdown with manager Niko Kovac, and he's trying to add a release clause to his contract. This all just seems like a mess. So you can see it. His future at Dortmund is clouded by uncertainty, and reports suggest Man United could be positioning themselves to pounce. The 23-year-old attacker is encountering problems both on and off the pitch, having failed to score or assist since last September, and he's had a row with his manager. Really? Are we getting him then? I mean, everything about that just thinks of let's not get him. He's not done out since September. He's had a row with his manager, and also he's 23, so yeah, he's young, but he's not a kid. I know he's saying wonder kid, and he's obviously done very well up to this season, but I don't know, it just seems like that's problematic. And I know it's like, it's a bit of a fallacy of logic to go, getting players from Dortmund, we've had issues there in the past, but we have. Jadon Sancho smashed it at Dortmund, far more than this lad is, and he was a disaster at Manchester United. Henrik Mkhitaryan did okay for a bit, wasn't really that great. Kagawa wasn't great. I mean, maybe I'm just being harsh because it doesn't mean that every player from Dortmund is rubbish. Obviously, some of them will be very good. I'm just saying we've had problems with buying players from that club in the past. He's obviously not tearing up trees this season. He's had a row with his manager, and we did say we were going to shift in our transfer approach from looking at just what players can do on a football pitch, but also looking at what they can do off the pitch as well, and what the mentality is right. And does his mentality look good to you? Doesn't to me. Let me know what you think. Yeah, no one's having it. Hey, shirt brother says Adeyemi is a winger too, not for us. And David O'Connor said he's a lesser version of Marcus. He wouldn't suit the league at all. I agree. I've not seen a lot of him, but I just don't like from any of that stuff I'm seeing. Talk about Old Trafford. Manchester United's Old Trafford is the largest club football stadium in the United Kingdom. However, despite initially being shortlisted by the English Football Association as a potential 2028 venue, Old Trafford will not be used during the tournament. Bit of a shame in a way, because I remember Euro 96 when it was used, and it's a shame that, how far we done fell, that now a stadium that is the biggest club stadium in the country isn't being used. It's obvious why, the facilities and all that, the rest of it. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it, and also we have got a new stadium on the horizon, so I'm sure the new stadium will be used for anything like that in future. So we've just got to look to the future on that one, haven't we? Just a reminder of some of the issues we've had at Old Trafford. Just quickly before we wrap up, talking of Old Trafford, I was there last night. Manchester United women beat Paris Saint-Germain 2-1. Took my daughter and her football team down there. It was a good match, great atmosphere, and obviously a win. I think that's 3 wins out of 3 in the Champions League for the women's team. Obviously, Matt Skinner's team doing very well. Mary Earps was there for a bit of intrigue, getting booed by some people. I won't get into all that, but yeah, Manchester United doing well in the Champions League. We just need the men to follow suit, get into the Champions League, and hopefully do as well as the women are doing. Right. Shall we wrap it up there? We've got Laurie Whitwell back on the channel for Inside United. He's going to be on later on today. We've also got Off the Bar, so make sure, if you're not doing so already, you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Go and check out the merchandise as well. There's a link in the description. I've been Jay Moy. This has been The Paper Talk. Thanks for watching.